day 4, I think, of our sourdough. So we still have it in this jar. I've read conflicting reviews about transfer your stuff to a new clean jar every day. Others say use the same jar, just watch for mold. So I would always say watch for mold. 2, I got crumbs. I got some hooch. So let me show you. I got some liquids. I don't know if you can see it. So can you see it? Well, you can kind of see it. So I'm going to pour that in the sink. First, captions are auto-generated. I do say weird stuff. I'm totally your weird friend. But I don't always say what the captions say that I say. But the word hooch is one of the things I'm saying because that's what that stuff's called. I'm not as giggly as I was the other day when I discovered it, but it is still pretty funny. Okay, I'm trying not to pour out all of the... I'm going to stir it in. So I did discover if you used, from what the hubs and I actually, he's helping me research some stuff, right? It smells. So apparently if you use bleached flour, it doesn't smell good. Like, whoop, just got hit with it. Kind of smells like someone threw up. So it smells like vomit. The research says to start feeding it with, oh, it's on my hand, unbleached all-purpose flour. So we might have went on the hunt today for some unbleached all-purpose flour to get her done with. So I have stirred it. It's very liquidy. Keep getting hit with a fist of that. So I'm going to take about half of it out. Well, it says we're at about 500 on whatever this jar means. I don't know if that's milliliters or what. Let me scoop out my flour and get it ready. And then I'm going to put my discardiness, which is kind of a gross sounding word. It's not as bad as some others. Like custard sounds disgusting. Doesn't fire me up and get me excited to eat anything. Custard sounds gross. I think it's the U, like using word. Discard doesn't have a U in it, but it reminds me of custardish. Okay, let's see if my hole I cut in this flour is big enough. It is. We're going to try not to. So this scoop is our extra large one. And I'm extra impatient. So I thought I'd get the big one and see if I can do this a little faster. Okay, Try not to make a mess. Okay. Oh yeah, last time I did it in, I'll get my big doodad out. I flex plussed it. We'll do that. I wasn't prepared for that. It's kind of caught in my bodangles, in my whatchamadoodles. The rods, that go to the scoop. Sometimes you gotta be smarter than the scoop. It'll be okay. I'll just get a little bit more. I threw some on the counter. Did you know, man, these flowers vary wildly in price. And I don't say often you get what you pay for. I think I got hooch on my hand. I gotta rinse this off. It feels sticky. And I'm terrified I'm gonna smell like vomit. So, here we go. Let me get my big one. So these are the silicone prep bowls. I use them all the time. I have 2 sets because they're the shizzity shiznickety. They pour super duper good. So let me get this. This is a whole It measures to 3 cups, but the 3 cup measurement's like right there. So you can fit a lid on it and you still have room, but they pour well. So I'm going to show you the pour. See, this has a cup in it. It pours well out of the spout, right? Pours well. It pours pretty good out of the spout, not using it. I never have issues with these. They're fantastic. I love them. They're like the best bowls ever. I can't handle having flour over here, so we're gonna go cover ourselves. I shouldn't wear black whenever I'm messing with this. So now I'm gonna scoop up the discard. see if I can get this to fit in one of my Ziplocs. I probably need to buy a container for the flour. Mice invasions. Okay, discard. Gonna keep my brain on track, and then I'm gonna do a little mixy mix over here. So I did discover, this seems very liquidy. There are discard recipes. So if you feel bad about dumping your pancake batter, about dumping, woo, let me get that away from my face, y'all. Okay, we're gonna mix this in a manizzle. This is our cottony breathable lead. Another piece of cheese. Okay, so I'm just gonna scoop it out just because I don't really want to make a mess. I'm gonna whoop, lift it. I'm so excited for the day it doesn't smell so bad. It's supposed to have more of a sour cream, dairy-esque, not unpleasant smell. So consider yourself warned if you're doing this with me. Maybe try to switch to unbleached if you haven't already. If you're deciding and you're just getting started, might be a good time for you to go ahead and just start with it. So we had 500. Yeah, I don't know. Do I get rid of half? Do I not? I'm feeding it. I'm excited for when it goes in the fridge and it's like a slower process. What, fermentation process? I mean, it's my little baby right now. It's like I'm nursing this little thing, the little guy to health. You need a project to take care of something for a good week. This can be it. I know I have a recipe coming up. I don't quite have a cup yet, so I need to get me a cup in here. I think, therefore I think I want to make, I told you I'm your weird friend. And I'm a squirrel, and I can't do two things at once, sort of. Flatbread. I want to make flatbread. And I can do it with the discard, and it's not like let it rise and do this and do that and do a little dance and knead and fit this rise and that rise and all the things. So many terminologies. Discards. Hooches. We almost have a cup. I think I'm just going to fill it up, buttercup. Yep. So I will say, because I don't want you to be surprised, and I want you to love everything that you get. These measurements are a little bit difficult to see on this set. I'm going to tell you though, I prefer to always use a scale depending upon what I'm doing and with baking stuff. Love the precision with a scale. I think I'm good. Ooh, I did go down low. Just under 300. Get her done. So, I love a food scale. I know probably not everybody does. I'm going to stick that in theirs. Could you not? Could you not? There we go. Let's do that. Okay, now we're going to mix this. We're going to set that aside. I'll show you how the lid fits in here in a minute. The messes are driving me crazy. My apron's going to stink. Okay, so this is my drawer where I keep the Flex Plus. So we have, I hope it's still in the outlet. It's one of my favorite things. It mixes and immersion blends at food processors, which also has like a shredder and slice attachment to the food processor. It's a super cool gadget. I love it. Okay, so the one with the ring. Make sure you put it in the one with the ring so it doesn't like fall out on you. Okay, battery is the last thing to go on. You gotta put it on the correct way. Next up, we're on our 3-cup prep bowl. Turn this sucker on and mix a doodah day. I like for it to be smoother and not as difficult to do by hand, and smash and stir doesn't always work for me. Only with gravy. Here we go. might try to next time. We'll see. Okay. Now, let me put this in the sink. There we go. So now I'll take it apart, the battery, and then this has two little doodads here that you push, pull it apart, put it back up. So the Flex Plus is super handy. I love that it doesn't use one of our two circuits in the kitchen, so I can run two major appliances and then you might blow a fuse. Depends on the appliance. So now we're gonna add our not stinky flour to our starter. So we got rid of about half, basically a cup of discard, and now we're pouring in a cup of flour and a cup of water again. I know I'm boring you this week. I find it very fascinating. On day 3, it grew so much that I was so terrified that it was going to spill over on the counter overnight, but then it went back down.